Namaste and welcome to Jayamangala's 30th anniversary celebrations. We are excited to have you join us on a exciting journey to look back at the history of this institution. Today's event consists of three parts. The first is an archival film which shows the history and growth of Jayamangala. The second part is a series of performances by current teachers and senior artists of Jayamangala. We will round off with a glimpse into our young star students who represent the future of Jayamangala. All the compositions presented today were specially created and recorded for this special occasion. As one of the founding members of this organization who moved into the United States in the 1970s, I am very proud to see the 3 decades, how much progress has been made and growth and impact, wide-ranging impact in the United States. I am Dr. P.K. Swaminathan and I invite you to sit back, relax and enjoy the next 90 minutes of this exciting program.
From the beginning of humankind, arts, culture, and religion have been inseparable from the progress of society. As human beings evolve over centuries, so does our ability to express and communicate using the media of spoken word, literature, music, movements, philosophy, and religion. The South Asian subcontinent has a rich heritage that was handed down to us from the Vedic period. As an oral tradition, ancient Indian rishis or seers left us a treasure house of scriptures or shastras on Eastern philosophy, which deal with finding one's true inner self or the ultimate truth. The Indian classical performing arts, specifically Natyam and Sangeetam, dance, drama, music, use the approach of worshipping deities to reach the ultimate truth. Using an anchor of bhakti or devotion, singers and dancers pour out their love for God. Beneath the separation between Jiva and Ishvara, however, exists a more universal oneness that keeps the living beings and the elemental forces tied together in an exciting universal play. Composer saints from ancient, medieval, and modern times have left behind innumerable songs for us to use, explore, and find our individual method to salvation or moksha. While the classical arts in India thrived despite political invasions and social upheavals, artists who migrated to foreign lands found their own niche by becoming arts ambassadors in the diaspora. One such family is Jayamangala. The first member of Jayamangala migrated in the 70s, and the rest of the family moved gradually in the 90s. In November 1991, with the blessings of founders Dr. Bala Nathan and Dr. P.K. Swaminathan, Jayamangala was formally incorporated with the state of Maryland as a small, not-for-profit organization. The names Jaya and Mangala are derived from Palakkad sisters, whose daughter became the head of Jayamangala. Rajalakshmi Krishnan was a disciple of Chembe Vaidyanatha Bhagavatar. She inspired the younger generations, her children and grandchildren, to start teaching and spreading Carnatic vocal and instrumental music, as well as Bharatanatyam and Mohiniyattam styles of Indian classical dance, to local communities in Maryland, USA. With blessings from gurus and mentors like Professor T.R. Subramaniam and the Dhananjayans, Jayamangala teachers began teaching young local students. Thus, with humble beginnings started Jayamangala's journey. On one hand, the teachers taught and performed their craft, many times on a voluntary basis. On the other hand, being first-generation immigrants, they took up day jobs to make a living and fulfill their American dreams. The years rolled by, and the music and dance school grew. Hundreds of students from far and wide came to study Carnatic vocal, violin, veena, mridangam, and dance. The teachers Rajalakshmi Krishnan, Jaya Bala, Shobha Subramanian, Srinath Bala, and Sandhya Srinath believed in imparting arts training with a sincere, loving approach. While classical training in the traditional Indian setting used to be strict, regimental, and harshly disciplined, Jayamangala teachers in Maryland were compassionate, understanding, and accommodating to the mixed talents of students. Yet they taught without compromising technicalities. This is what endeared them to the students over the years.
The unique things about our roundtable today is that you are all family. You kind of started in similar times
We should
with
perform with Western musicians. So these Western musicians, they have to learn. She is the one who initiated all of us into music.
A lot while teaching them gamakams, because gamakams are, and he's telling me some jatis, so everything is like overlapping, so I don't think
So
it's
one of the things I have realized, I've been teaching for more than 25 years. One of the things I have also learned is performers, but also students, right? So that's definitely been taking up a lot of our creative time and energy as well.
Most children that enrolled, who were disciplined enough to sustain their training for several years, used arangetrams or concerts to showcase their talents. Many eventually chose to pursue the arts professionally and continued to train under visiting Indian gurus to hone and perfect their skill. Large-scale dance dramas and musical ensembles were a result of the enormous amount of hard work, collaboration, and cross-cultural exchanges that took place during the golden period of Jayamangala in the late 90s and 2000s, including a 25-member Jayamangala music ensemble performed at the Kennedy Center for the Art of Living. Soon, Jayamangala became one of the premier institutions in Maryland, known for high-quality programs and unique and innovative events. With operating grant funds received from the county and Maryland State Arts Council, the nonprofit organization expanded their scope and range of activities. Dr. Bala Nathan's brainchild of Music Transcends Symphony was hosted at a music conference at University of Maryland, involving Western classical and Indian classical musicians. Subsequently, dance conferences Pravah in 2007 and Natya in 2009 were curated by Shobha Subramanian, inviting fellow artists locally and globally to perform in full-day events on multiple stages at Towson University. These conferences sparked dynamic discussions, educational lectures, and scintillating performances on topics very relevant to contemporary art makers in the U.S. More recently, during their Silver Jubilee anniversary in 2016, Jayamangala artists brought back elements of the Music Transcends Symphony with a fresh young pool of new trained talents. This was a clear indication of passing the baton onto future torchbearers of music and dance. Also featured during the 25th year were two large thematic dance performances. Shakuntala, A Timeless Tale, was an English-Hindi adaptation of Kalidasa's epic Sanskrit play, while Panchakanya, 5 resilient women, brought together DC's dance teachers' daughters in a delightful thematic presentation. In 2013, Jayamangala Dance Company started to tour internationally, representing Indian dance as it is performed and practiced in the US. Highlights were trips to Zambia, India, and Greece. After 25 plus years, Jayamangala was at a juncture where they took Bharatanatyam back to its roots, to showcase it to the source land where the dance form originated, and also to lands where civilization began several centuries ago. These traveling experiences were very gratifying, humbling, and fulfilling for the dancers. Cultural retreats were initiated by Aishwarya Subramanian, wherein artists gathered at a residential immersion in the arts. These retreats sparked intellectual discussions, academic talks, and interactive dance music workshops that kept the energy and interest of the community at a peak. As Jayamangala is nearing completion of the third decade of its existence in Maryland, the institution has seen music and dance pass through several generations of artists. Yesterday's students are today's teachers, who in turn train tomorrow's stars. Today, Jayamangala teachers teach, rehearse, and perform on Zoom, keeping up with the changing times. Looking back with nostalgia, Jayamangala alumni, who are now spread across the country, spoke about their personal journeys with Jayamangala.
My journey with Jayamangala began back in 1998 when I was only 5 years old. I would describe my journey in 3 words: lifelong, fun, and family, and I'm very thankful for all of those things.
My journey with Jayamangala in 2007, learning violin under Sandhya Auntie, and Tati in 2012. If I had to describe my journey with Jayamangala in 3 words, I would say most likely influential, impactful, and valuable, because this is really, Jayamangala really shaped playing the violin as a true pastime and a serious hobby of mine.
My favorite memory was, of course, performing at my Arangetram. It was an all-around wonderful experience that really helped me cement my love for dance, and I know I'll cherish it for years to come. My favorite piece is Aragan Murugan, which I learned from my Arangetram. It really helped me be more creative with storytelling, and it's just such a fun dance to perform. So I'm truly thankful for being part of this amazing Jayamangala family, and I'll definitely continue my dance journey in college and beyond.
My journey with Jayamangala began in 2007. It's been quite the journey. I would say in a few words that it has been an enriching experience. Some of my most favorite memories with Jayamangala are just practices with my friends.
And my journey with Jayamangala began in 1990. I was in 7th grade when I started taking dance classes with Shobha Auntie, and I have to say my entire journey with Jayamangala, with Shobha Auntie and her entire family has been tremendous learning experience for me. There's so many life lessons that I took away, that I learned, that I couldn't find in any textbook. And I think that's something that's so important as when you're a young adult, to have somebody in your corner that's rooting for you.
Memory is not only my own Arangetram, which was in and of itself an emotional and really unforgettable experience, but also getting to watch the rest of my Jayamangala family have their own Arangetrams and to watch each student get to have one of their biggest days on stage.
My favorite memory with Jayamangala as a music student was preparing for the group ensemble presentations for Nada Terangini, particularly the color coordination of our outfits for the show. As a dance student, my favorite memories are definitely all of the summer dance workshops with visiting gurus, and it was such a privilege to have them in my home and learn from them there. And as the great-great-granddaughter of Jaya and Mangala growing up in an artistic household, my favorite memories were, of course, tagging along to rehearsals, performances, photo shoots, video shoots, recordings, things like that with various family members, and, you know, subconsciously internalizing and using those experiences that have really contributed to my identity as an interdisciplinary artist and practitioner today.
My favorite memory with Jayamangala was the Navagraha production. Even though I didn't participate in it, I did help with lighting, things like that. And it was really such a beautiful and innovative performance. And seeing how hard the senior students worked on it was really inspiring.
I would say my favorite has to be performing at the Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C. because it's a world-renowned event that I've gone to since I was little, and to perform in front of an audience from all across the world was truly an amazing experience.
With my dad's Mridangam class happening right next door, and it kind of embodies everything Jayamangala is to me, which is like a home overflowing with music at all times.
I have been part of the Jayamangala family, and I have very fond memories of learning and being part of various music and dance productions as well as workshops over the years.
In fact, one of my fondest memories is singing Paripalayamam in the Ragam Riti Gaule on stage with a group of singers, and Jaya Amma was leading us. My husband was recording in the audience. When we were driving home, we listened to the recording, and what was the most amazing experience was that Bala Mama, who was also sitting in the audience, started humming a beautiful Riti Gaule as we were singing on stage. And the joy and the passion in his voice is just amazing to hear. And in fact, I still listen to that recording on my drive home if I've had a particularly challenging day.
I have from concert practices during the summer with Vinay, Shraddha, Vikram, and of course Srinathankal and Sandhyanti.
And we danced in very memorable venues and events as well. Dancing at the National Cathedral was quite special. And summer of 2004, being part of the temple fundraiser Vishwavinayaka, that was really special too. We learned so many new pieces in such a short amount of time. And all of us learning together, putting in that hard work and that dedication, it's a standout memory for me.
Orban had practices. Like I remember in the very, very beginning having practices in the laundry room of the apartment building that Shobhanti's family and my family stayed in Spring Hill Lake Apartments in Greenbelt, Maryland. But we've also performed at some really cool venues too. Like I remember the National Cathedral and the Kennedy Center Millennium Stage. I think Shobhanti's always been very good about being connected with the community, and so we've had some novel places to perform at.
One of my favorite memories with Jayamangala was when we went to Zambia with our old school crew, and oh my god, it was the best week of our lives. We had so much fun, and we got to put on an amazing production, and really just got to enjoy our time with Shobhanti and the family, and eat lots of good food, which was always amazing.
My first Guru Sishya concert with Sandhyanti and Srinathankal in 2009.
Very vividly is when we were preparing for our Ganapati performance, and my co-dancers and I, instead of dancing, sat down and designed a poster to display at the performance itself, and then we got up and started practicing our Charakesi Varnam.
Memorable and impactful. One of my favorite memories, I think, is from summer 2018 when we took a retreat where I think I was just, open to so many different perspectives of dance and Bharatanatyam, and I think that experience was really eye-opening for me.
So my favorite memory is definitely the Jubilee Symphony. I like that it was kind of recalling the original Jayamangala Symphony that happened years ago when I was still a child. It also gave me the chance to explore the intersection between different types of music. It was really cool to bring harmonizing into Carnatic music and do really awesome stuff like that. So
my favorite memory with Jayamangala would be during a retreat where we took some time away to just breathe and enjoy dance as an art used to express ourselves.
It's been a great time, and I've made so many great memories with my friends, particularly the time that the School of Dance thrived in Greece. It was so great to experience so many different cultures and connect with my fellow dancers and friends on a different level.
My favorite memories would probably be practicing with Shraddha and Madhava over the summers, or playing a concert with Sandhyanti, Srinathankal and Madhava at the Lotus Temple a couple of years ago.
My journey with Jayamangala has not only strengthened ties to my culture and nurtured my love for performing, but it has also introduced me to people I love who will be in my life forever.
Has been the most instrumental part of my life, especially in terms of where I am as a musician. And Jayamangala and my years learning under Jaya Auntie really fostered my love for music, for performing, and for exploring. And I now have the unique privilege of working as a musician both in the States and in India full-time, and meeting and working with other musicians that I grew up admiring from afar. never thinking that we would one day come face to face, and never thinking that I would actually be a full-time musician someday. So I truly have Jayamangala to thank from the bottom of my heart for these beautiful gifts.
To offer my pranams to Jaya Mami, while fondly remembering Mama, who was always the driving force behind the initiatives. My heartiest wishes to Shobha Akka, Srinath Anna, and Sandhya Akka, and the entire Jayamangala family for continued success in the years to come.
I would say Jayamangala has been transformative for our lives, and I hope we continue to make music and make dance.
Jayamangala has brought color, fulfillment, and happiness. I was happy to be part of the Silver Jubilee, and now this is the 30th year. I wish Jayamangala family the very best. Thank you.
One thing that I've learned from learning Mridangam and practicing Mridangam is that I learned how to stay focused on different other work that I have to do, so that I can break it up into pieces.
The way that my journey with Jayamangala has shaped my life is that it introduced me to lifelong friends, supportive families, and inspiring artists. And it of course introduced me to the love of my life, which is Bharatanatyam, and I know it's going to be something that I pursue for the rest of my life.
I am a dance teacher myself right now. I teach and live in Albany, New York. And learning with Shobhaka, learning under Shobhaka and Jayamangala really rekindled my passion for dance. And, as a dancer and a teacher now, I take a lot of inspiration from what I learned from Shobhaka, the way she teaches her art, the way she dances, and as I said earlier, her patience and generosity in teaching her art. I try to get inspired by that and emulate Shobhaka.
It's even how I fell in love with my husband is through dance, so it's definitely had a big impact in my life. Thank you.
I would say that Jayamangala shaped my life in the typical ways, where I learned a lot about my culture and where I come from, but also it was always a source of comfort. So it's something that I've always come back to and revisited. Even if I took long breaks, like going away to school, I would always come back to it. So that's how it shaped me.
It has given me a musical community and family, and it has changed the way that I see music, hear music, love music.
Most of all, I just want to say thank you to them for passing on to me a true appreciation and love for Carnatic music. I unfortunately don't get to go to classes anymore, but I still sing. I still try to learn songs on my own, and I still have fun with music. And so I'm very thankful to Jayamami, Nathan Uncle, and the entire Jayamangala family and school for instilling in me this love and passion.
It gave me a lot of autonomy on how I want to utilize my skills and how I want to explore my passion. So I'm really grateful for Jayamangala.
Didn't really have to worry about whatever was stressing me out, but I could really just immerse myself in dance is something that I really have been able to appreciate during my time with Jayamangala.
My journey with Jayamangala has really shaped my life in so many ways. I think it first gave me a really great group of friends that stayed together, and we all went to each other's birthday parties, sweet 16s, and grad parties. But it also taught me the importance of practice and working hard at being a good dancer, which definitely translated to all of the things that I did.
As a 501c3 nonprofit organization in Maryland, USA, Jayamangala continues the founding members' mission to spread and preserve Indian classical arts globally to future generations. Looking back at the legacy created by 4 generations of the family and the hundreds of connections made in the local community, it gives one great pride to see how friends, families, and fans came together to make this happen. Some came as students seeking knowledge in an art school. Others came to collaborate, create, and interact with fellow artists. But very quickly, they all became part of the Jayamangala family, which led to lifelong friendships of respect, love, and camaraderie.
dum dum tan kita tak dari kita tata titi titi tata dum dum tan kita tak dari kita tata titi titi tata dum dum tati kita tum 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 tan kita tak dari kita tata tata titi kike tata dum dum tan kita tak dari kita tata tata titi kike tata dum dum tan kita tak dari kita tata titi kike tata dum dum kita tak dari kita 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 tata dum kita tak dari kita tata dum kita tak dari kita tata dum kita tak dari kita
Namaskaram. What you just now saw was a quick flashback into the last 30 years of our institution, its history and evolution. We now move on to the feature presentation for today, where we will showcase the current active core team of artists and teachers, and then move on finally to give you a glimpse into the future budding stars of Jayamangala. In the next 60 minutes or so, more than 80 performers from across the country, Massachusetts to Maryland, from Chicago to California, have learnt a new piece, recorded themselves and sent it to the editing team. I am also very happy that our partner Vadya Vidyalayam from Bay Area has worked with us in this initiative. Those of you that could not be with us in this performance, please know that you are still very close to us in spirit as a Jayamangala family, friend or fan. So ladies and gentlemen, please sit back and enjoy today's showcase, and more importantly, I hope that you will celebrate this huge milestone with all of us and feel as proud as we feel today. I begin with an invocation where we present my hugely talented cousin Divya, who is also known as Jayamangala Krishnamani from Bangalore. Thank you. I am Shobha Subramanian and I welcome you to Jayamangala's 30th anniversary performance.
Bhavani tvam dhase mayi vitara drishtim sakaruna iti stotum vanchan kathayati bhavani tvamiti yaha tadaiva tvam tasmai dishasi tadaiva tvam tasmai dishasi nija sayujya padavi mukunda brahmendra sphutamakuta nirajita padam nirajita
Vinayakane, Vigna Vinayakane, Vinayakane, Vigna Vinayakane, Siddhi Vinayakane, Varasiddhi Vinayakane, Vinayakane, Vigna Vinayakane, Siddhi Vinayakane, Varasiddhi Jam शक्ति आदि पराशक्ति श्रीदेवी महादेवी शिवशंकर ललिता देवी श्रीदेवी महादेवी शिवशंकर ललिता देवी रंजनी शिवरंजनी मेघरंजनी मालरंजनी रंजनी शिवरंजनी मेघरंजनी मालरंजनी अमुदवल्ली मुंदनडी मलरोरुदे नन्बमोळि पुगழ்வார் अम्मा अमुदवल्ली मुंदनडी मलरोरुदे नन्बमोळि புகழ்வார் அன்பு மொழி புகழ்வார் அன்பு மொழி करुणाकरा करुणाकरा श्री करुणाकरा श्री करुणाकरा श्री कमला मनोकरा करुणाकरा श्री कमला मनोकरा कामजनक केशव कामारि विनुता कामजनक केशव कामारि विनुता करुणाकरा श्री कमला मनोकरा कामजनक केशव कामारि विनुता करुणाकरा श्री कमला मनोकरा कामजनक केशव कामारि विनुता परम पुरुष शौर्य परम पुरुष शौर्य पतित पावन मुरारे परम पुरुष शौर्य पतित पावन मुरारे नर्तना कञ्जविलोचन काळीय नर्तना कञ्जविलोचन काळीय नर्तना तत्तक दिनतां तत्तक दिनतां तत्तक दिन तक तक दिन तक दिनतां तक तक दिन तक दिनतां तक तक दिन तक दिनतां तद्दित्ता तक दिन तक दिन तक दिनतां तद्दित्ता तक दिन तक दिन तक दिनतां तद्दित्ता तक दिन तक दिन तक दिनतां तदिंगिणतं 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 काळी तत्त तदिंगिणतं तत्त तदिंगिणतं तत्त तदिंगिणतं काळीय तक दिक्कु तदिंगिणतं तक दिक्कु तदिंगिणतं तक दिक्कु तदिंगिणतं काळीय नर्तना कुञ्जरगमन कोमलवदना पञ्चजनान्तक पौनकभञ्जन पाण्डवरञ्जन पायि परमानन्द कञ्जविलोचन काळीय नर्तना कुञ्जरगमन कोमलवदना पञ्चजनान्तक पौनकभञ्जन पाण्डवरञ्जन पायि परमानन्द जगति सदनि पद सनि దని गमग मग स मग गग गम मम निद दद सनि सगनि सदनि पद सनि దని गमग मग स मग गग गम मम निद दद सनि मग सनि దని ग सनि ग मद सनि ग मग स ग मदनि स ग मदनि स ग मदनि मग सनि దని ग सनि ग मद सनि ग मग स ग मदनि स ग मदनि स ग मदनि करुणाकर श्री कमला मनोहरा कामजनक केशव कामारि विनुता करुणाकरा करुणाकरा करुणाकरा
Namaskaram. Hope you enjoyed the program so far. We will now witness the little ones showing their talents. They are the future generation of torchbearers. Please encourage and promote them. Thank you.
கண்ணா கண்ணாவா மணிவண்ணாவா கார்முகில் வர்ணா கருணாமணியே கண்ணா கண்ணாவா மணிவண்ணாவா கார்முகில் வர்ணா கருணாமணியே
கண்ணா கண்ணாவா மணிவண்ணாவா கார்முகில் வர்ணா கருணாமணியே கண்ணா கண்ணாவா மணிவண்ணாவா கார்முகில் வர்ணா கருணாமணியே ஆனிரை மேய்க்கும் ஆனந்தமணியே ஆனிரை மேய்க்கும் ஆனந்தமணியே யாதவர் குலமணி தீபமே இன்பமே
ஆனிரை மேய்க்கும் ஆனந்தமணியே யாதவர் குலமணி தீபமே இன்பமே
கண்ணா கண்ணாவா
மணிவண்ணாவா
கார்முகில் வர்ணா
கருணாமணியே ஆயிலை மேல் பள்ளி கொண்ட ஆதிநாராயண அரவிந்தலோச்சன அனந்த சயனா
ஆலிலை மேல் பள்ளி கொண்ட ஆதிநாராயண அரவிந்தலோச்சன அனந்த சயனா
श्री हरि माधव जय गोविंदा श्री हरि माधव जय गोविंदा श्री जयमंगल सेवित चरणा
श्री हरि माधव जय गोविंदा श्री जयमंगल सेवित चरणा
कन्ना कन्नावा मणिवण्णावा कार्मुगिल वर्णा करुणामणिये कन्ना कन्नावा मणिवण्णावा कार्मुगिल वर्णा करुणामणिये कन्ना 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 करुणामणि कन्ना कन्ना कन्ना
ധൃതിം തോം ധൃതിം നദ്രദ്ര തോം തനദിരന നദ്രദ്രിം തോം ധൃതി നദ്രദ്ര തോം തനദിരന നദ്രദ്രിം തോം ധൃതിം നദ്രദ്ര തോം തനദിരന നദ്രദ്രിം തോം ധൃതിം നദ്രദ്ര തോം തനദിരന നദ്രദ്രിം തോം ധൃതിം നദ്രദ്ര
Dimmi taka takita taka dimmi taka takita taka dimmi taka takita taka dimmi taka takita taka dimmi takita taka dimmi takita taka dimmi takita taka dimmi takita taka takita taka takita taka takita taka takita 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 taka dimmi 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 taka dingenna to ta ta dingenna to ta dingenna to ta-dom, ta-da dingenna, to-da dingenna, to-da dingenna, to-dom, ta-dom, ta-da-da-di-da-da, na-da-da-di, tom-da-da-di, na-da-da-dom, ta-dom, ta-da-da-di-da-da. Na-da-da-dim, dim, da-da-dim, jam, tom-da-da-dim, dim, da-da-dim, dim, na-da-da-dim, dim, da-da-dim, jam, tom-da-da-dim, dim, da-da-dim, dim, na-da-da-dum, tom-da-da-dum, ma-pa-da-sa-di-ma, ma-pa-da-sa-di, ma-pa-da-sa-di, na-da-da-dum, tom-da-da-dum, ma-pa-da-sa-di-ma, ma-pa-da-sa-di, ma-pa-da-sa-di, tom-da-dum, ta-da-da-di-da-da. Na-da-da-dim, dim, da-da-dim, jam, tom-da-da-dim, dim, da-da-dim, dim, na-da-da-dum, tom-da-da-dum, re-ga-ma-da-ni-di, re-ga-ma-da-ni, re-ga-ma-da-ni, na-da-da-dum, tom-da-da-dum, re-ga-ma-da-ni-di, re-ga-ma-da-ni, re-ga-ma-da-ni, tom-da-dum, ta-da-da-di-da-da, na-da-da-dim, tom-da-da-dim, na-da-da-dum, ta-dum, ta-da-da-di-da-da. வேலன் பாதமே துணை என்று விரைந்திடு மனமே. வேலன் பாதமே துணை என்று விரைந்திடு மனமே. வடிவேலன் பாதமே துணை என்று விரைந்திடு மனமே. என்றும்
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
I'm Sandhya, currently teaching violin in the Bay Area in California. Jayamangala School of Music and Dance is honored to have served so many communities, enriching many and spreading the joy of Carnatic music and Bharatanatyam across the world through teaching and performances for the past 30 years. We are ever thankful to our founding members, late Srimati Rajalakshmi Krishnan and late Dr. V. Balasubramanian, whose vision and guidance have led us these 30 years. I would like to mention here that all the compositions that you heard today, other than the Tilana, were composed by our grandmother, late Srimati Rajalakshmi Krishnan herself. We would also like to thank all the organizations, the other music and dance schools, musicians, dancers, students and their parents for helping us along the way to reach this milestone.
I'm Srinath, teaching Mridangam in the Bay Area in California. We are indeed blessed to have multiple art forms in this school. And we, of course, are very, very grateful to our esteemed gurus for having showed us the way. So, Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha, and our respects to them. We value our ecosystem. That includes the support of the community, the volunteers, the friends and family that have supported us throughout our journey. And it's a milestone event. We also would, of course, like to profusely thank all you viewers who have tuned in from multiple places all over the world and who have made this celebration even more special. So thank you to each and every one of you. A remote production with 80 artists was truly a very challenging task for all of us. And some of the performances have been done in a true Guru Sishya style. And we learned a lot from that, that whole experience. We would like to thank each and every of those artists who participated and the volunteers in helping out and making this event a big success. So a huge thank you, kudos to each and every one of you. Of course, now that we have the 30 years behind us, we look forward for the next few years or the next couple of decades, and we seek everybody's wishes and blessings to give us the strength and the motivation to keep going. And we take leave and we thank each and every one of you. Namaskar. Stay safe.
Namaskar.